Hello students, I welcome you all to this program of FYBSc. My name is Dr. Suraksha Dongrikar, Assistant Professor, St. Xavier College, Mopsa, Goa. Program FYBSc, Subject Botany, Semester 1, Course Code BOG 101, Course Title Environmental Biotechnology, Unit 6, Sustainable Development, Module name Economic and Environment, Gross National Productivity and Quality of Life. Outline GNP, Importance and Limitations of GNP, Quality of Life, Learning Outcomes, Defines GNP, Explains Importance and Limitations of GNP, and explains the quality of life. Students, in this particular lecture, we're going to see about the gross national productivity and its effect on the quality of life. Now here, gross national productivity is defined as the market value of goods and services which are produced in the national economy for a certain period. Now here, certain period means calendar year. We always take in terms of the calendar year. Now, in 1993, the term was changed. The gross national productivity term was changed to gross national income, that is GNI. But the meaning remains the same. Now, GNP includes aggregate values of goods such as cars, houses, food, drinks, as well as the value of services such as legal and medical fees that are produced and purchased by the nation during the given time period. Now, what does this GNP includes? 1. Products and services produced by domestic manufacturers inside and outside the country. Financial transactions such as the purchase of shares and other valuable assets, and operations of use of funds including pensions, scholarships, money transfer, transfer of ownership, etc. Now, how GNP is calculated? GNP is calculated as C plus I plus G plus X plus Z, where C is consumption, I is investment, G is the government, X is the net export, and Z is the net income earned by the domestic residents from overseas investment minus the net income earned by the foreign resident from the domestic investments. Now, types of GNP. The first type is called as the nominal GNP, where the calculation is based on the market prices that are relevant only at that moment. No adjustments for inflation are taken into account. Second is real GNP. Here, the calculation is carried out taking into account the volatility of the prices and inflation. Third is GNP per capita. Here, it calculates the national product in connected to each citizen of a specific country. Now coming to the importance of this GNP. The first important is policy makers play a very important role. They rely on this gross national productivity as one of the important economic indicator. Then GNP produces crucial informations regarding the purchasing of different products during the year. Policymakers use this information in preparing policy papers that legislatures use to make the laws. Then economists, they rely on GNP data to solve national problems such as inflation and poverty rate. And globalized economy. Now, what are the limitations of GNP? The first limitation is the exchange of rate. Now here, basically exchange of rate means For example, if you take iPhones of Apple, if there are 100 iPhones are sold in India and the rate of each iPhone is around 600 to 500, then this exchange rate will going to affect the growth of that particular country. Then GNP inflated due to export. Now here basically, for example, undeveloped countries where very little of commodities are present, so the people from these areas, they try to move into the other areas or other countries where there are more development is taken place. Then GNP deflated due to foreign direct investments. Now here, for example, if you take a big firm like Walmart, so when the Walmart is introduced in India, it will going to sold the goods and services to India, but whatever the money collection is done will go to that particular country, that is to USA. Now coming to the quality of life. The World Health Organization defines quality of life as individuals' perception of their position in life in the context of culture and value system in which they live and in relation to their goals, expectations, standards and concerns. So, it is the extent to which the population enjoys the benefits of its wealth. Now, what are the indicators of the quality of life? The first indicator is the consent of security enjoyed. How far that nation is concerned about the individuals or the people who are living in that area. Second is the availability of health, education and recreational facilities to the people. Third, educational facilities will produce more informed students. Fourth, leisure facilities which helps to rejuvenate the body of the people. Then diet and nutrition. Here, what type of diet, what type of water consumption is taking place in that particular area. Life expectancy. If the person is more happy, then the life expectancy increases. The rate of infant mortality. This happens usually in the underdeveloped areas or in the countries where there is no proper infrastructure available for the people growth. Access to public utilities and technology. So here basically examples are like water resource, whatever present, the availability of potable water, then availability of electricity on which the major goods, whatever the machineries they depend on. So this will affect the utility of the area. Finally, summary of this particular lecture. As GNP measures production, it is only commonly used to measure the welfare of country. Unfortunately, GNP is not a perfect measure of social welfare and even it has its limitations in measuring economic output. Students, these are some of the references for this particular lecture. Thank you.